everybody, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Platinum PokéRadar FateLocke. In the last episode, we took down the 6th gym leader of the game, being Gym Leader Byron, the Man of Steel. And we what does the sign say? The man with the steel body, the Man of Steel. I told ya. And we did it, no problems at all. All thanks to our Hitmontop, Oswald. And I'm so glad I believed in him to do it, because obviously we had a better option with Plasmius the Heat Rotom, with Overheat, or even with Goofy, our Empoleon. Either one would have been a better option, most likely. But I knew Oswald could do it, and I wanted to give him the time to shine. And that's exactly what we did. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this episode. Because in this episode, we're going to be entering the Harbor Inn and taking a nap in the bed inside. It's gonna be terrifying. The door is tightly shut and it's impossible to open, but we will be entering that building soon enough. However, before we do that, there are some things that I would like to do before we actually take that fight on. That will be on the end of this episode, of course. And it's not even nighttime yet, and I believe it needs to be nighttime. It's about 35 minutes until nighttime in-game, and you know what? I've got something to do until that time happens. I have a thing to kill some time with, if you will. I want to take on the water routes for this episode. Not the water routes where you get items. I'll do that next episode in like a little montage, most likely. Although I am super curious on what's in the Orberg Gate. No, we'll save it. We're going to take on these routes, on the way to the Pal Park, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, the Pal Park. Yeah, the route 21, 20, and 19. We're going to take down those routes. And we're also going to take down the routes east of Pastoria over here, Route 213. Well, it's actually just one route. And I guess we'll do this one first. Water routes are boring, they have to happen, though. I have a rule where I have to fight everybody, and I'm always going to hold true to the rules that I set. And that means I'm going to have to fight all of the boring water route trainers. But, I did it. Well, I haven't yet, but I'm going to do it. You know what? I've done it in the past. Pokemon Emerald had a really boring water route episode, and everybody seemed to really enjoy that episode, even though I said it was going to be super boring. It was actually apparently a pretty good meme all around. So hopefully I can duplicate the memeage, in this episode. We got to take on Route 213, the water route. It's going to be a grand time. And let's lead with Pascal. He's obviously always going to be a good thing. I would have changed Plasmius' form to something else. I was going to change to the Water Rotom, just because we haven't used that one yet, so I was like, hey, why not? But I don't have cut on anybody on the team, and I didn't really feel like getting somebody out of the PC. It just didn't really cross my mind as something that sounds like a really enjoyable thing to do right about now. Is there anything I can get over here, or is this just a dead-end water route? This looks like there's trainers over there, too. How about we go this way? I think this is the dead end. Please don't land. Okay, I was gonna say don't land. Is there any item on that? Is this just a big bait? Are they trying to bait me? Look at that. The game's baited me last episode. Baited me into going to an area that didn't even have a hidden item. And I was like, you're not gonna bait me. And I escaped the bait. I broke the proverbial mouse trap, and I got the cheese, and I didn't even get hit. So it was a really nice time. Well, there was no cheese to get. I just succeeded, which I guess you could consider my success the cheese of victory. Understand? Is there any items over here? Because I could use a heart scale. I have one, but they're kind of annoying to get in the underground. It's not really something that I'm a big fan of. The underground is actually really fun. It's one of those pieces of content in Pokemon that you just never really get to see because nobody does it anymore. I really can't wait for the Diamond and Pearl remakes, because we're going to have the underground in that, hopefully. Unless they remove it, and then they have an army of angry fans. The mob will attack! Hello, Haley. How are we doing today? She has a Psyduck. Yeah, Pascal's going to destroy. Hey, it's level 31 at least. At least they're not in the 20s. It could be level 20 Pokemon we're fighting here. Which, we could then turn on the Rampage mode. You guys are watching Emerald. You know what I'm talking about. And that was a fun little edit, but I don't think we're going to do that with these guys. And I know the ones south of Sand Gem Town actually are a little bit difficult. Maybe they're the same levels. I don't actually know. I didn't roll, so we're going to go ahead and just do it with Pascal. It doesn't actually matter. It's kind of a light rule I have. Well, hello, level 35 Zoomerl. How are we doing today? It's kind of a light rule I have. If I forget to roll the dice, then I'm just going to go ahead and do that fight without a partner for the most part. If it's like an important fight or something and I was just rambling, then we probably will just roll anyways. You're supposed to roll at the beginning of the fight. I probably only forget because I'm commentating. I'm trying to entertain and juggle the proverbial dice, if you will, and make sure I roll. But yeah, luckily Pascal can handle an Azumarill and a Psyduck, no problem whatsoever. And that might also have had something to do with me not rolling subconsciously, because I was like, Haley does not seem like an immediate threat. I'd rather focus on the good old commentating, so I don't forget what I was talking about. And I did forget what I was talking about. No, the Underground's great. So, honestly, it's one of those things you don't get to do very much. And I was actually thinking of an idea for a series. I don't know if I actually... How about we roll... Well, that's actually... It's an important roll, actually. It's a Gyarados. A 4. I don't know who's in slot 4. I would like to know. But the Underground's one of those pieces of content that you don't get to see too much anymore. Dimino's in slot 4. That's pretty bad, actually. I mean, he could take an Aqua Tail if he absolutely had to. He's not 4 times weak to water. And he's got a lot of defense, and it kind of equalizes Gyarados. I mean, he doesn't have... I'm guaranteeing you this Gyarados does not have a water-type attack. So I'm not really concerned. I'd probably switch out next turn if he's got another Gyarados to get rid of the minus defense that I got, and then switch back into Pascal. I think that's a good idea. But... So I had a bit of an idea for a series a while back that I didn't really capitalize on. I don't remember if I actually talked about this in a series of mine, but it was a really interesting concept. So... There is a thing that speedrunners do, mainly Pokemon speedrunners. They do a thing called Pokemon Bingo, which is where they play Pokemon Crystal with a randomized bingo board. And that bingo board, they do it from the very start, and it has early objectives for the most part, maybe halfway through the game objectives, that they have to clear. And when they clear one, they tick it off in the first one to fill out all the squares, or a line, or 2 lines, or 3 lines. It depends on what kind of game of bingo it is, of course. Wins the game. And I was thinking of doing that with random Pokemon YouTubers. But the more I thought about it, it doesn't really sound like a great idea because, you know, it's mainly meant for speedrunners. I'm sure we could handle it. I have got a good enough knowledge of Pokemon to be able to handle it fairly well, I would like to think at least. But I'm not too sure if, like, a random Pokemon YouTuber that I go ahead and talk to would have the same spout of knowledge, if that makes sense. And it would just complicate things. So I kind of scrapped the idea. I was like, let's leave it to the speedrunners. Let's not do it in the Pokemon community. I don't know. Doesn't really seem like a great idea. It sounded fun in concept, but I just went ahead and discarded it, unfortunately. Another Gyarados. So I don't think my defense dropped, so I'm going to go ahead and stay in. Intimidate won't matter because we're only using Ancient Power. And ideally, I'll take it this way. I'm not minus defense. A crit did not kill me last time. It would not kill me from what I saw. So I'm going to go for Mega Drain, get a little bit of health back with the Big Root, and then Ancient Power. Hopefully I'll be able to take it out with another Mega Drain afterwards here, because I only have 1 Ancient Power remaining. So I'm going to put Pascal to the back for a little bit. Actually, that was a critical hit Mega Drain. I was like, that's a lot of damage for a Mega Drain on a Gyarados, because Gyarados actually has a pretty sizable amount of special defense. I don't know if you guys know that, but you're not actually guaranteed to take it out with any any special electric move, because, well, Spark would kill it, obviously, but I mean, that's a physical move. That's why I said special, not physical, but... Yeah, like Thunderbolt from an equally leveled Pokemon with not the greatest special attack, like a Pachirisu, could still not take out a Gyarados. So, it's one of those Pokemon that, though it's 4 times weak to a common type, it's actually still a really viable Pokemon just because its stats are ridiculous. So we can go ahead over here, grab this item. We got ourselves a Max Revive. Not anything that we could use. It's some money, but money's kind of not really an issue ever. There's an item over here, though. If you're a Heart Scale, I will scream. It's a big pearl, you know, that just wastes my time because I have to sell that and I don't need money, so it doesn't really matter to me. But basically what I'm talking about the bingo for is because I actually thought of an interesting concept to do a bingo series with other Pokemon YouTubers. Do it with the Underground. Do Underground bingo. I have typed up 25 different objectives that you could do in the Underground. Like if we did it on a ROM, obviously, obviously everybody wouldn't have a completed file. It'd be the exact same ROM, so there'd be no differences. You'd have a lot of Pokeballs, and your only Pokemon you would have in the entire game would be a flying type with the move Fly. And there would be a whole bunch of different objectives that could be completed by digging underground. Like, dig up a stone, go catch a Pokemon, and evolve it with that stone would be one. There's a whole bunch of different options that I just think would be absolutely amazing to go ahead and try out. And I typed up a lot of really cool objectives, and if you guys are interested in checking that out, let me know in my Discord server, and I might go ahead and share that notepad document that I had typed up. I think it could be a really cool idea. It's just getting other Pokemon YouTubers to try it. It'd probably be like a 45-minute episode of somebody trying to complete the board first. I'm really curious what you guys think about that as like a little side content series. Would be interested in that sort of thing. And it would be able to, I'd be able to do like a one-off collaboration with random Pokemon YouTubers and kind of get to know some people, you know, just have a bit of fun, not take it too seriously since it's not an actual series. And I just thought it'd be something kind of extra to do that would be pretty interesting. And it would go ahead and show, oh my god, I love that back sprite for the Heatrodon. That looks amazing. Who are you fighting with for this one, Plasmius? A 5. Who's in slot 5? Oswald. Okay, cool. But yeah, I think it's just really interesting because, like I said, the Underground's kind of dead because most people that play through these games don't really use the Underground anymore. I mean, I do in my challenges because I like to get the items, of course. But, you know, it's not really a secret that a lot of Pokemon YouTubers that do series on Pokemon games cheat their items and stuff in that they would need or just completely neglect to do it entirely. And obviously I don't, so I spend my time in the Underground. I did about an hour of it last episode. I cut most of it out, but I still did it, and I showed you guys me emptying my bag and stuff in the training montage. But it's just a really fun piece of content you don't get to see too often of anymore. And I think shining some light on the Underground would be fun. And there's obviously a lot of Pokemon YouTubers out there that probably have never really done anything in the Underground, and it would go ahead and revitalize that a little bit. This guy's a Machoke, which is cool, so I guess we're going to go ahead and do fighting versus fighting. Oswald's obviously the better fighting type. I have a Machop in my PC. I was using El Primo, the Supremo, at the beginning of our playthrough, but unfortunately for him, we caught ourselves little Oswald over there, little Tyrogue back east of Eterna City, and we went ahead and replaced El Primo, you know, because El Primo's Supremo, but Oswald is super duper special and really cool and has triple kick, which is awesome. And it does 90 base damage with Technician if it hits all 3 times, which is ridiculous. 90 damage for a triple kick. That's basically the strongest move he's going to be able to get ever if it hits every time. And with Gyro Ball's a really funny meme. Gyro Ball does more damage if you're slower, like the slower you are, but Oswald's not actually like really slow. It's good on like Bronzong. Not even like, I mean, it's alright on Bronzong, I think, but there's certain Pokemon that it's just ridiculously good with, I think. But putting it on like a Durant would be kind of stupid because Durant is incredibly fast. I don't even know if it can learn Gyro Ball. I have no idea. I don't use Durant. Durant's one of those Pokemon you get super end at the game and you never get to see it until like you have your team established already. Unfortunately, because it's a really cool Pokemon, but yeah, just not possible to use one of those. I'd hope you can get one of them early on in like Galar maybe, but they have really high stats too because they're like super late in the game, so getting one early would kind of dominate. So maybe like at the middle half of the game it'd be pretty balanced, I guess, in the middle half of the game. It's 4 times weak to fire. I mean, it's its only weakness, so I don't know, it's just one of those Pokemon you don't see too often. Another 5. I believe it's still Oswald, so we'll go ahead and do this Plasmius. I believe our level limit though coming up is going to be level 44, which the more that I think about that, that's kind of terrifying. It is a FateLocke, so I can change my party around if I really needed to, but if everybody gets to 42 in this episode, and I want to do the water route, I mean, everybody would probably get to level 43. Well, 42, 43 by doing the water route, right? And then I'd only have about 1 or 2 levels of leeway between us and Candace, which is, like, quite a ways away. We still have Team Galactic at the lakes? Yeah, I think we have to deal with them at the lakes before we do anything else, so that level limit's incredibly tight. I didn't realize. You know, maybe I don't take down the water routes, or maybe I just change my team up. Maybe I could add Dan again. I'm not too sure what we're gonna do here. I guess we can give somebody the experience share. Actually, yeah, we'll give Dimmadome the experience share for now, just to go ahead and split the experience a little bit. I had no idea the level limit was that tight. It's kind of the same way that it was with Norman and Winona in my Emerald Wedlocke. I was unable to do the, I was unable to go ahead and do the water routes because the level limit was just too tight, and I had to get to her first before I could do them. And then by the time we returned, they were a joke, and it was just a big waste of time. You guys know how it is. All right, let's go ahead and leave the trap god, I guess. I would fear a Gyarados, but I don't think the girl has a Gyarados. Not because women can't have Gyarados, obviously. I don't mean it like that, but they normally tend to be like the sailors or the male swimmers that have Gyarados. The girl swimmers normally tend to have cute Pokemon. From my memory, it's not a bias. I'm just saying, like, just from what I remember about the game, that tends to be the case for most of it. Got a big pearl over here. Some more money that I don't need. At least there's not very many trainers on this section. I thought there was, like, a whole bunch. I know there's a whole bunch south of Sand Gem, though, but we're going to fight them anyways. If the level limit becomes an issue, I can skip trainers on the snow route and just book my way to Snow Point City as fast as possible and maybe fight the Snow Point City gym trainers if it was really bad with, like, Dan, you know? They could always bring Dan back for a little bit. It wouldn't be a completely bad idea. All right, let's fight this girl with Trap God. Yeah, I would guess she has a Finian. I don't know. I'm trying to think what water types I haven't seen yet this episode. Swimmer Mary. Oops, I dropped my dice. Luckily, yeah, she does have a Finian. Oh, I'm good. Unfortunately, I couldn't guess her name, but Trap God can handle a Finian, no problem. All right, what we got here? We got a 2. Who's in slot 2? Plasmius. Well, hello. Right. Because Trap God was in slot 2. All right, yeah, I'm not too concerned about Finian. I wouldn't be concerned about a Gyarados, really, either. I mean, I would be because of Ice Fang, I guess. But I was going to say I'd just Feather Dance it. And like, what are you going to do? Trap God is legitimately the best Pokemon on the planet. She has a Pelipper. I can fight a Pelipper with Trap God. You know, if Trap God dies to a Pelipper that's like, what, 7 levels lower? 8 levels lower? Then, you know what? She deserved to die. The Pelipper is just going to use Protect like every Pelipper on the planet uses. Unfortunate, of course, but Chad. I don't think Chatter's made a Pokemon confuse a single time this entire adventure. Now that I think about it, I don't think so. You know, this could actually do a pretty monstrous amount of damage with her really low defense. Okay, never mind. That was a crit. I was like, okay, if that was normal damage, maybe I shaken my boots just a tiny bit, Mary. Unfortunately for her, this is not going to be the case. All right, Trap God, you're great. Yeah, I guess we'll leave Trap God for the remainder of the water route trainers for now, I guess. She becomes a bit of an issue, though, while we fight trainers because she gets boosted experience, obviously, because she's a traded Pokemon that we got from Norton back in Eterna City. So, because of that, she's going to grow much quicker, and we still have a lot of ground to cover, or in this case, water, I suppose. Got lots of water to serve across, I guess, if you want to say it like that. So, unfortunately, she might have to be retired for a while. I don't know. She's a permanent team member. She's like Dimmadome and Oswald, and, yeah, Dimmadome and Oswald. Who else? Who's the other Pokemon on our team? I'm so sorry, I'm blanking. Pascal, Dimmadome, Pascal, Oswald, and Trap God are all permanent team members. That means they're not leaving my team until the day that they die. Or if they never die, they'll be here till the end of the game. But Goofy and Plasmius have potential to actually be retired for good for something else. I don't think so for Goofy, though. Plasmius is really walking on thin ice. But mainly just because he's too good, obviously, as we've been talking about. But if I were to have to put Trap God in the PC because she hit the level limit too early, she would be returning. It wouldn't be permanent. It would just be like for Dan or something, just so I could split experience a little bit better. But I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue, I hope. Are there any heart scales in this beach? I doubt it, because it's so early on. I feel like I know about one of them. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so we actually can get an encounter over here. The route we were just on, we couldn't get an encounter on, because we already got one. We got ourselves, I believe it was a Remoraid a while ago, back before we fought Wake on that route. So we already got ourselves an encounter there, but we can get ourselves actually a couple of encounters in this episode here on the water. We can get one on Route 220, which I believe is just a little bit south from here. We have to fight these two trainers first. I would do a double battle, but there's no reason. I'd just do it separately. Yeah, we'll do it with Trap God, and we'll fight the girl first, I suppose. I don't really think that these guys would have very strong Pokemon just because, you know, they're little tots. They probably have, what, a Shellos of each kind and a Mantike is what I would guess. We just fought Mary, now we're fighting Marielle. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I could have guessed that, probably not. I've never even heard of the name Marielle, I don't think. That sounds like a fairy tale name. Marielle in a fairy tale. I rolled a 6. That's Scuffster. Alright, you know what? Trap God's too good. She can fight on her own. Dimmadome's probably not going to be used this episode for the water route parts anyway. I know there is a little bit of land, so I guess we'll use him down there. But obviously, you know, he's weak to water. It would not be the best idea for me. 2 Meryl? Marielle has 2 Meryl. You can't write this stuff. You know, it's like Mary had a little lamb. Marielle had a little Meryl. Little Meryl, little Meryl. Marielle had a little Meryl, and they went down in one shot. Excuse me, Meryl! You know what? That's cool. You might hear me drinking a lot of water. I legitimately destroy Aquafina when I'm recording. It's not even funny. I don't know why this is. I have to go to the dentist or something, or the doctor, but whenever I talk, like when I record, like I can talk nonstop in like my regular life and just do just fine. But when I'm sitting down to record, when I talk, I get my throat like congested, and I talked about this, and you gotta clear it, and it's like really nasty sounding, and I do not want to do that on video, obviously. Nobody needs to hear that, and if I accidentally forgot to cut that part of audio out, that would be really gross. And to combat that, if I just take a big drink of water, it goes away momentarily. Like I'm pushing it back down for a little bit, which is good enough until I'm able to like make a transition, like walking in a Pokemon Center or something. Like if you ever see me like make a cut in a Pokemon Center or something where I just healed and there was really actually no reason to heal, it's because I was just gonna clear my throat. Like it's my best way to do it without making the episode break apart, I suppose. A 5? Well, hello there, Oswald. I'm not gonna use you though, because you're already level 42, and I'd like you to not get any more experience this episode, at least until we fight Darkrai, of course. Because if you've not been able to tell, I'm probably going to be doing it with Oswald, because it's kind of auto-win. Darkrai is interesting. I want to fight it in this challenge just because I thought it'd be an interesting thing that you're not going to see in a Nuzlocke or Wedlocke, unless it's a randomizer, of course. But this is just something really interesting and out of the way that I felt like I could do. That would be kind of fun. Treat it as a boss. It's not good. I wish it was, like, really powerful. I wish it had, like, Dark Void and, like, Dark Pulse and was just a ridiculous Pokemon overall. But unfortunately, the one that you catch here at level 50 in Platinum, I believe only has, like, Faint Attack for its attack, which it's a strong Pokemon and it's level 50, so Faint Attack would do a decent amount of damage to a lot of my Pokemon, obviously, but not the greatest amount. Oswald should be completely fine. I do believe it also knows the move Hypnosis, which I'll be able to combat against that by giving Oswald a Chesto Berry, but that could also make Triple Kick miss, so I probably would just go for Rock Smash. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really thought about it too much yet, but like I said, it's just something fun and extra I thought it'd be cool to do, and I'd like to do like a little animation and stuff for the background, maybe just make it look all pretty and stuff for the moment that we're fighting it. And who knows, I could be completely wrong, and it could crit Oswald with like Faint Attack, or something could happen, you never know. I might not be able to kill it, it might outspeed, hit me with Hypnosis a second time, and then just steamroll me, you never know. There's a lot of possibilities that could happen, so I'm not gonna count it completely out just yet, but I'm not really concerned. I know that, like, kills the hype for a lot of you, maybe, hearing that it's kind of a joke, but hopefully you'll enjoy the fight regardless and stick around and enjoy it. And think it's pretty cool and neat to see regardless of anything that I just said, you know? Because think about it. How often you get to see somebody actually fight Darkrai in a Pokemon Nuzlocke Wedlocke challenge, like an actual boss like Darkrai, not just one that you get in a randomizer, like the one that's actually supposed to be in the game. You don't see this often. And there's actually probably some of you that have never seen this event ever, if you think about it like that. Like, I've done this event before. I believe I had it on my Platinum file back in the day when it was actually released. I believe I had the members card. I had the Shaman, I know that, so I probably had the members card as well. But because of that, you know, I've seen it. But a lot of you guys that are watching might have not even been born yet when this event had gone on originally. It's possible. I know I've got some people under the age of 10, so yeah, it's 2019. That would be about right. So it's interesting. So it'll be cool enough to see. We rolled a 6. I think 6 is goofy. I'm still going to rock these routes with Trap God. It's nice to get her a little bit of experience in things that I'm really comfortable with her fighting. Obviously, she's a lot better now that she's got the move Feather Dance, but I still want to go ahead and get her some easier experience, along with Douglas Dimmadome, of course, because he's a lot harder to go ahead and train. At least he was, because he didn't deal very much damage and his moves weren't the greatest. But now that he's got Earthquake, now that I bit the bullet and taught him Earthquake, that I could have taught him a long, long time ago. You know, I wasn't sure if he'd be a permanent member or if he'd die earlier on or what. But now that he's still here, we beat in the 6th gym leader, I thought I'd like to bullet teach it to him and give him a good, strong, solid attacking move to move forward with, since he's one of our main staples on the team. He'll be on our team till the day he dies. Like I said, he's our number 1 on our team if I had to pick somebody, even over Trap God. If I had to pick one member that would never leave this team no matter what, unless they die, it's Douglas Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. He's by far my favorite member, something I really wanted to use at the very start of this playthrough. We caught an Onyx, and it actually worked out in our favor. And because of that, we've got Dimmadome on our team still to this day. So it's really cool to see. But this girl's name is Jessica, apparently. I didn't even acknowledge the fact that she had a name until all 4 of her Pokemon were done. And you know what? She had 4 Pokemon, which is really depressing. You know, this might actually have been scary if we came here, you know, before Byron, because it's level 33. Yeah, we still would have been higher level than 33, so there would have been no Horn Drill shenanigans. I kind of wish these Pokemon were a little higher level, like maybe 38, 39. That would have been, you know, maybe not this girl since she's got 4 Pokemon. But, you know, being a little bit stronger once you get the ability to use Surf would have made these routes a little bit more challenging. Unfortunately, water routes tend to just be a bit of filler. I like games that don't really have very many water routes. I mean, I guess Platinum's one of them, obviously. There's only 2 major ones right here, other than the ones that you have to go through after Surf. I mean water routes that you have to backtrack for. Those are always really annoying, because they're just so bland. That's how I've always looked at it. Yeah, everybody's almost level 42, which is absolutely just depressing. Because, you know, we have a lot of these trainers left to fight still, and the level limit's 44. I might be kind of regretting what I'm doing here, but hopefully it'll be alright. I mean, maybe she'll only have, like, what, 2 Pokemon? 1 Pokemon. Erica has 1 Pokemon? It's a Finian. That's really depressing, honestly. That's not 1 Pokemon. I was thinking, alright, maybe it's a Tentacruel level 40. That'd be pretty cool. Strong Pokemon to fight at this point in the game. Nope, not at all. It's Finian, level 35 Finian. It couldn't even be a Luminian. It had to be a Finian. It's really sad, you know? I'm super disappointed in you. I don't even know what her name is. I'm disappointed in Goofy, for one thing, not being able to kill a Finian in 1 hit with return. You don't love me enough, Goofy? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Honestly, Goofy's happiness is maxed out. There's no way it's not. He's been on the team. I don't think he's left the team once since we added him, and he was our very first Pokemon. I don't even think he's been in the PC for training. I can't think of a time Goofy has ever left the team, so he's got max happiness. I suppose we could check. Get over here, Goofy. Where you going? Right here. Yeah, he's got max happiness. So, like, what are you doing? Finian just bulky? Finian tank strats? Is that the new meta? I don't do competitive battling, really, but is Finian the new strongest Pokemon? Forget Darkrai. Let's just fish 100 Finian and kill them all. That sounds like the real challenge, if you ask me. Well, here's a splash plate. You know, I've actually organized my bag. I don't know if anybody actually noticed this, but I like to keep my bag nice and tidy in this game. And I have all my plates nice and organized, and I'm gonna do you guys a dirty here, and I'm gonna put this splash plate up with my other plates. It's sad, I know. I need to organize my my incenses as well, but in due time. But I have to do this. It will bother me. I got all my plates nice and organized. Isn't it nice? You guys should be super proud of me. Proud of Quorum for the organization skills. I know you guys are. I see you guys out there. The guys with the OCD and stuff that's like organize your bag. Not that anybody's ever said that to me, because my bag is always spicy fresh, you know? But I completely understand if you guys saw a non-organized bag and was like, hey, what are you doing? Organize that crap right now, please. We're gonna go ahead and fight Marcus. You know, I actually really felt strongly about that guess. I was 1000% convinced that his name was Marcus. I think I guessed Marcus in a recent video. I don't know if it was Platinum. I think it might have been Platinum. It might have been. Who knows? I know I did, though, at some point. I talked about how I knew a Marcus. It might have been Emerald. It might have been Platinum. That's the problem with having 2 series going on at once. I didn't roll. I made a mistake. I guess you could say I made a Goofy. You know? It happens. I would blame our employee on here, but it's not his fault. Don't blame him. Don't blame my son. Anyways. Goofy. Tentacle. I'm gonna guess you have a Goldeen. Did we already fight one? I know we fought something that was bad, and then a Tentacle, so I'm guessing Octillery. Wait. Well. Oh, look at it have. I mean, it gets crazy moves. I was not expecting an Octillery. I will go ahead and say that that is pretty unique. Return's definitely not going to kill that. I couldn't kill a level 35 Finian in 1 hit with Return. At least it did over half, though. Or you crit. You know what? I believe in the Goofmeister. He's like, you know what? I understand. I didn't do it. You're depressed on me. You're worried I don't love you anymore, Destiny. I'm sorry. I will show you my love. I will crit that Octillery for you. I critted for you, Destiny. You proud of me? My name Goofy. You know? Oh, did Goofy just obtain a voice? Did he? Did he? You know what? Goofy's special. I tell you guys what. He could definitely sound like that. Please tell me that there's no trainers down here. Yeah, there are. I gotta get that item. I wanted a dead end so I could just go the one way. I hate a route where you don't quite know where you're going. I tell you what. Well, here's a Carbos, so. Trying to think. What trainers, what Pokemon wouldn't be too good to use? You know what? Pascal's not gonna be very good to use on the ice routes coming up. Actually, I didn't even think about that. Maybe we should replace one of our Pokemon for a little bit just for Candace coming up. Because obviously there's going to be an issue. Pascal and Shrapgot are both weak to ice. And if we rolled one of those two when we fought Candace, things could be really bad. I mean, might need to think about team renovations coming up here after this episode. I'm going to go ahead and give Pascal the experience share for a little bit, though. I know Goofy's taking a little bit of damage. He'll be okay. Actually, they could have a a Gyarados, and we need every point of HP we can get. Movement Milk's pretty good, so, well, not a problem to use. I know it heals 100, but I just used it to heal 6. That's not actually an issue. I'm gonna skip you for right now. I'll be back, though. I have to fight everybody. I just want to make sure that I hadn't missed anybody back here. So once we're done, we can just go ahead and fly to Canalave City. Yeah, it's crazy. We're gonna fight Darkrai. Who's excited? Yeah, this is the only one. So I guess we'll go down this way, then we'll cycle down, and then we'll go back up, make sure we didn't miss anybody there. This guy just has a Gyarados, I'm certain. I have a big feeling his name is Jonas. I don't know where this has come from, but I'm right. That's special. Vincent. You know what? Vincent's one of those names I could have totally gotten, because he reminds me of one of my favorite TV show characters of all time. We rolled a 4, by the way. No, the character wasn't. You rolled a 4, by the way. That would be a really weird name for a TV show character, of course. Dimmadome, once again. You know what? That's pretty depressing. Dimmadome's not good for these routes, obviously. But reminds me of a good old man that I like to call Vinny Del Pino. Vincent Del Pino. If you guys know what TV show that's from without looking it up, big props. I know most of you probably don't. That show ended before I was born, I believe. Along with most likely all of you as well. But I like a good old TV show. I looked that up. Binge watched that good old few years back. It was one of my favorite experiences, I tell you what. It's probably one of my favorite TV shows that I've ever binge watched through. It's Doogie Howser, MD, by the way. It's about a young boy who's a doctor. He's a child prodigy. You know, he's a doctor at like, what, 16, I think it was. Obviously, that takes some serious brainage power. So his best friend, you know, his circle of friends is probably pretty strong. You know, they're probably like really smart kids, right? He's got all the nerd herd, basically. Big Brother 6 reference. Hello, I see you there. But no, basically, his best friend, his only real friend, a young man named Vincent Del Pino. Okay? It's a little boy living next door. They grew up together. It's his best buddy since the very beginning, like me and my rival Derek. He's a young Italian boy, I believe. And he's really dumb. Like, that's the joke. They balance each other so well because Dookie's just the smartest kid basically in the entire United States, pretty much, right? But Vinny, he's a bit slow. You know, not like mentally or whatever, but he's like in the what do they call that? The special ed classes, and he's dyslexic. You know, he's very different than Doogie, but he is comedic value. One of my favorite TV show characters of all time. Absolutely love the young Vincent Del Pino, of course. And you know what? Doogie Howser, he's actually Neil Patrick Harris. So if you don't know, if you don't know Doogie Howser, you probably do know Neil Patrick Harris, right? I rolled a 4, by the way. That's Dimmadome once again. I didn't even realize, that didn't register. I was like, all right, I rolled a 4. I'll talk about that after my story has come to a conclusion. And then I look at it and I'm like, oh wait, that's Dimmadome once again. That's an unfortunate thing that we've gone through here. Everybody's almost level 42. Goofy's the only one, I believe, and that's quite scary. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Pascal should go ahead and clear the rest of this route once Goofy hits level 42, and then we retire Pascal until after Candace. Just because there's a lot of ice types coming up, and it's not really a good place for Pascal to go ahead and traverse if I want him to be here long term. I'm thinking that's a good idea, and he could just be the level limit. You know, let him hit that and then retire him. I think that's probably a pretty good idea. How close are you to 43, Pascal? Not too far. I'll consider it. I think that's a good idea. Sure. Maybe even Trap God too. I'll have to think about it really hard. Yeah. Another male swimmer. I'm always worried about Gyarados. I think I have enough return power points left, though. So I should be alright there. What route are we on? We're on Route 220. So, we can get a Pokemon here. It's really rare. Oh, no. Yeah, we'll fight this guy first. He's on your marks. Get set. Go. When I say that, honestly, I went through your dialogue a little bit too quick. Douglas. No, it's Eric. You know, I was hoping Vinny and Douglas. I think Doogie was Douglas. I'm pretty certain. Oh, this guy's got a Tentacruel. I mean, let's roll just for the giggles if we get 4 again, right? 3. You know what? That's fine. That's Pascal. Doesn't matter. Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna one-shot this Tentacruel in one shot. One-shot it in one shot. Yeah, I was going to knock it out in a singular shot, but it put up a barrier. So, well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it can't do much to me. It's just really a stall fest. Hey, I was asking for a strong Tentacruel earlier on. Was I or was I not? Barrier, unfortunately, isn't like Reflect. It's not going to wear off, so it's going to take 2 more return. But, like I said, Tentacruel can't do anything to Goofy. I never really thought about this, but Empoleon's typing is insanely good. The Sinnoh starter's typings are really weird. If you look at what the other ones are. Like, obviously, water beats fire, fire beats grass, grass beats water. But it's not like that in this generation. It's more so based on the secondary typings, but in a weird way. So, yeah, Goofy's still good against the fire starter, but the fire starter is also good against the water starter because it's a fighting type, and Goofy's a steel type, which is interesting. And then, obviously, Torterra would be good against the water starter still with grass, but no, it's neutrally effective because of the steel type. But the ground typing that Torterra gets is super effective against Goofy. So the water starter's, like, weak to both other starters, whereas that, well, I mean, I guess that's kind of the case with Infernape, too. Is Torterra weak to both of them? No. So Torterra's just the better starter overall, obviously, because it's only weak to one of the starters, whereas both other starters are weak to both, which is interesting to think about, honestly. And I've really considered that. I know their typings are much different, which I like. I like to see starter types be very weird. I hope we get that in the Galar region in Generation 8. I love it. It'd be funny, somebody watching this series back when Sword and Shield have already been out, and they're like, we got another firefighting starter once again. You know, it's possible. It happens, right? You guys, you know. Anyways, I guess we're going to go ahead and get ourselves our encounter. Actually, I want to clear the rest of the trainers in Route 220. I know we're missing one up here, and I believe that'll connect back over Route 221 where we just were. And then we were missing that one on the southern part. So I guess we'll go this way. Go ahead and fight the swimmer lady over here. I believe Goofy's still level 41. He is indeed. All right, so let's go ahead and fight this girl. I'm going to name her Samantha. Sammy counts. But I'm going to stick with Samantha. Even though I would guess Sammy more, so it's Samantha. Caitlin. You know what? Fine. I kind of said Samantha because I was thinking Big Brother Canada 7. The current Big Brother Canada season that's on. And then, you know what? There is a very similar name to Caitlin on that season as well. I'll roll the dice. I almost forgot. But you know what? I'm doing better. We rolled 4 again. I'm not even kidding. And the dice kind of landed and, like, stood still for a second, and then it, like, hopped. Like, there's actually a motor inside the dice. You're rolling 4 this episode, no matter what. You know, basically. But I'm not concerned about the dice. What? Am I reading that correctly? That just feels like a glitch. Hold up. That just feels like a glitch. What? A swimmer has a Metachan? Like, I actually feel like this is a glitch. This doesn't feel right. And I rolled Dimmadome. Dimmadome can't really do anything. But Goofy'd be more likely to die to a high jump kick. Things just got really real. Uh-oh. What does your defense look like, Goofy? Not too good, but what can Douglas Dimmadome do here? That's awful! Excuse me? I'd be more likely to take a high jump kick with Douglas. But I'd probably be more likely to kill it in one shot with Goofy. That's really bad. What? That is not. Okay, I'm really concerned here. I love how I just said, I don't care. We don't need a partner for this fight. My body's telling me to stay in. Swimmer Caitlin has a Metacham. I have to use Surf and hope I kill it in one shot. If it hits me with high jump kick, Goofy will die right here. Good. What else does Swimmer Caitlin have? What is this? This is what I want swimmers to have in every game. Random Pokemon that just catch you off guard. Where did that come from? My heart is pounding. Like, what? I didn't expect that at all. That's what I wish swimmers always had in these games. Random Pokemon. A swimmer does not have to have water types. Medicham. Throw in a Gyarados. Well, that's a water. Throw in a Torterra. I don't care. Good on you, swimmer Caitlin. I like you. You're cool. Whoa. Well, that was mightily interesting. I did not expect that. All right, everybody's level 42. Let's go ahead and give Pascal back his big root. And then I guess we can go ahead and fight the rest of the trainers here on Route 220. And we'll get our encounter here on Route 220. At least this is like the only main area we have left. This and the grass area. For water route wise. And I'll clear the rest of the areas we can do with Surf, obviously, after the next episode. Excuse me. In the next episode, when we take on all the areas that we can go to with Surf and Strength, and we take on Iron Island, of course. So that's the plan for next episode. I don't really want to fight this guy right here, right now. I'd like to skip him for a second, come back after we fight this girl. All right, I wanted to make sure. Is she, like, blocked in? It's possible. She is. That's what I just discovered. But I wanted to check that, because I need to go all the way down here to fight her. I wish I fought her at the start. Remember, I was like, let's check this way for a dead end. And then I was like, oh, it's not a dead end. It connects to the grass area. No, it doesn't. It connects to this girl and this girl alone. And you know what? She might have a Pokemon that's not a water type, like the Medicham. Caitlin, and I'm gonna name her... For some reason, I wanted to say Banana, but that doesn't sound like a good... That doesn't sound like a name. Yeah, Vanessa. I was trying to think of something. She has Golduck. No big deal. 35, which is pretty cool to see. It's at least a decent level. I mean, we're still 7 levels higher than it, and you'll kill it in one hit with a Metal Claw, a Mega Drain. Where did Metal Claw come from? The world will never know. Maybe because I saw Golduck's claws and tried to use Fury Swipes, and I was like, Mega Claw, Metal Claw, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what goes through my mind half the time, but at least you guys know I'm still having fun. We're enjoying the Pokemon game. We're making progress. And we've got a pretty cool team as well. Our team is stacked in this playthrough. That's why I don't really want to let anybody go for right now, but with the level limit approaching so fast, we're probably going to have to let Pascal sit in the PC after this episode, because he's going to hit level 44 almost certainly. Although I do know there's an Ace Trainer coming up with a Scyther and a Staraptor, so we're going to need to be very cautious about that one, aren't we? Maybe I'll just go ahead and give him the experience share after we fight the next Water Trainer. The final one anyways. Anyways, this guy, he's trying to learn Slam. Bad attack, really inaccurate. I could just teach him Return if I wanted a good normal move. Bad idea. Let's not teach Slam. That would be pretty stupid. All right, we're back on Route 220. So we get a Pokemon here and on Route 221 as well, of course. So my encounter for Route 220 can only be one thing, and it is a Smoke Ball encounter. I could get Tentacool with Surfing, but for certain reasons, I don't want to do that. So we have Route 220 right here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a Pokemon. Who do I want to lead with for this one? I'm thinking Pascal's my best bet for this one, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the Smoke Ball to Pascal, because that is my rule if I want to go ahead and use the Super Rod. And I have the Super Rod because of my key item clause. If you're new to the series, go ahead and check out the rules in the description, of course. So we'll go ahead and give the Smoke Ball to Pascal and cast our Super Rod. This could actually take quite some time. It is a 5% encounter. So I'll be back when I get it. This could take a pretty long time, and I really hope that's not the case. But I'll see you guys here in a bit, because my encounter for Route 220 is going to be... It always happens. There we go. My Route 220 encounter is... There we go. Got ourselves a Chinchou. That didn't actually take very long. It took about maybe 9 encounters. It's a 5%, so it could have taken a long time. And I actually found a Chinchou before this one, but it was level 46, meaning it didn't count, unfortunately. But this one's level 28, which is just a really cool level to get it at. I'm super excited to catch this thing. Our Route 220 encounters a Chinchou. Very sweet. Let's dunk it with a Quick Ball, hopefully, get it first try, and be on our way. There we go. Another Pokemon that's fit by the Quick Ball's color scheme very well. We got ourselves a Chinchou. Awesome. Alright, Chinchou's data was added to the Pokedex. It is the Angler Pokemon. It discharges positive and negative electricity from its antennae tips and to shock its foes. Okay, I don't really have a name for this thing, but I prepared. I checked my Discord server, asked everybody that happened to be online for a name for Chinchou, and... Excuse me, dang it, my voice today is just really rough. But I asked everybody for a nickname, I got a couple really cool responses, and I like this one quite a bit. but they named our Rotom Plasmius, and I would use that name. I don't have a problem with somebody naming two Pokemon, but I see another one that I like just as well. So we're gonna go ahead and go with that one. This one is from Pink Ducklet, who was the person that suggested the name Meg for our Goldeen last episode. Was it last episode? It might not have been. It might have been the one before that. I don't remember. But regardless, it was the one before that. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I didn't use it, but I had mentioned it. So they suggested a name for the Chinchou that I like. It's after a kind of whale. I know Chinchou's not a whale, and they said the same thing, but I still like the way it sounds for Chinchou. So I'm gonna go ahead and name her Beluga. We have Beluga the Chinchou. I like it a lot. Awesome. There we go. Got ourselves a Chinchou. So, I was checking the video. It's actually really long already, and we have done nothing. It takes so much time to clear these water routes, it's not even funny. So, I guess we'll give the big route back to Pascal, fight this final water trainer, and we'll take on the area outside the Pal Park with the Iron Island, maybe. I don't know. I'll find a place for it, but the place for it is just not in this episode, unfortunately. We're going to go ahead and give the big route back. We'll go ahead and spray up a Super Repel. Fight the final water trainer, so we at least cleared the water routes like I had said, and then we can go ahead back to Canalave City and fight Darkrai like this episode was supposed to be about from the very start. I knew the main highlight of this episode was going to be the water routes, but, you know, we had to have something in the water route that's worth watching, like Darkrai, I guess. You've been baited! Alright, let's fight this guy. I'm guessing he probably has a Gyarados. I hope not. I hope he just has, like, a weak Pokemon. That'd be pretty cool, but I'm guessing he probably has a Gyarados or two. It's a Remoraid. That's actually awesome. Maybe he has an Octillery as well. I gotta roll the dice, but my water's in my hand. I'm thirsty. Dang it. Let's roll it. A 3. It doesn't matter. We'll just roll, and then we kill this Remoraid. And hopefully he has an Octillery as well. Or just another Remoraid. That'd be easy, right? I think this might be the quickest a Pokemon has ever hit a level limit after... Who's in slot 3, just make sure? The quickest a Pokemon has ever hit a level limit after a new one was in place. Maybe. But this would be the very next episode it took Pascal to hit level 44, which is really terrifying. This level limit's going to be a really close one. I'm going to have to avoid a lot of trainers in the snow areas and just go back and fight them after Candace, I'm thinking. I know I could change my team around to go ahead and do it, but I'm not really about doing that. I don't think that's going to be a great idea. I think we're going to rock with the team that we've got. But I will be retiring Pascal, of course, for the time being, until after we beat Candace, once he hits level 44, of course. Anyways, we can grab an item right here. We can grab ourselves a protein. So I guess we did touch down on land, and I mean, we are on Route 221 now, so we could technically get a Pokemon here. It's a really cool encounter that we can get here, but I don't know, do I? Now, the episode's so long right now. We still got a lot to do, so we're going to come back to Route 221 at another time. I'm guessing next episode, because I guess we could come here when we go to Fuego Ironworks. You know, this is a smaller area compared to what we have been doing this episode. So I guess we go ahead and give Pascal the experience share, because I want him to hit level 44 as fast as possible. I'm not sure if he'll be replaced this episode or next. Probably next, because I don't think he's going to actually hit 44 this episode. But he will be put in the PC for somebody else in the time being, like I said, until we beat Candace. So I'm going to go ahead and put Oswald up front. We're going to fly back to Canalave City. Now that it is nighttime, it's past 8 o'clock in real life, so it should be past 8 o'clock in the game. It looks like nighttime. I'm pretty sure this is how this works. I am going to go ahead and heal up my Pokemon really quick. And then we're going to go ahead and start the Darkrai event. We going to start the Darkrai event, guys. I be whacking this whacking. Alright, let's go ahead and put the bicycle back on select before I forget, because I had the Super Rod on it. Because I was anticipating the Chinchou taking a while. Actually, let's check out the Chinchou, because I forgot to do that. Don't want to forget to show off a Pokemon, and then I got to do it at the start of the next episode, and I'll forget, and everybody's going to be like, you never showed us Beluga. You're right. Let's go ahead and check out our Chinchou, another unique Pokemon that we can get only because of our additions to this challenge. It is a serious... Whoa, it has a deep sea scale. That's a 5% encounter with most likely a 5% held item. Very unique. Beluga is lucky. Very cool. Got ourselves a serious-natured, often scatters things, happily eats anything. Illuminate Beluga. I like him. He's cool. Yeah, he's cool. Let's leave him how he was. I like him. Her. She's cool. She has a deep sea scale as well. I'm going to take it. You're not allowed to have it. So I was thinking when we do go ahead and put Pascal in the PC until after Candace, because of the level limit, I'm thinking maybe this will be the time to take Grandmama back out. I know when I added her, I said she'd be a great addition for Candace, and having her on the team as a possibility to be rolled when we fight Candace could be really, really crucial to our success. Candace mainly uses special attacks, and, well, Grandmama is really specially defensive, and can get moves like Flamethrower, I believe, or if not, she can get Fire Blast. But she can get something to handle them. So it's something to consider, but I believe now if we go ahead and go in here. Now, there's a way to do this. I was reading about the Darkrai event. I believe... No, I don't want to go to Iron Island. I believe, based on what I had been reading, that this Darkrai event might actually be post-game, which would not be good based on what I've been talking about pretty much the entire game, right? However, if it is post-game, I'll probably use a walk-through walls code to go inside the house, because I've been promising that we'll fight Darkrai after Byron, and if I was just misinformed, then what time is it in-game? It might not even be 8 o'clock in-game. I can't tell. Excuse me. It's not. You gotta be kidding me. Why is my clock behind? So unfortunate. Well, I have a lot to do today, game. I don't have time to wait 30 minutes. Why is my clock an hour behind? I'm worried if I change the clock, though, it would just cause me issues. So, this is super unfortunate. Well... Well, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna wait. I don't wanna wait. Well, let's go ahead and look at our PC really quick. Let's go ahead and look at Grandmama. See what level I left her off at. I don't believe she's very high level right now. Yeah, she's level 33, which is what I was thinking. So I'm thinking of go ahead and training her up. Not right now, but I do want to go ahead and use her on the team after we go ahead and box Pascal, which won't be till next episode. But she is probably going to be joining the team. Dan's another possibility, I suppose. That's a tough one. Everybody wants to see Dan Drywall Master of the Universe come back, but I don't really see his usefulness for Candace being as high as Grandmama's. So that's just my thoughts right now. We have a stacked box of Pokemon. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna change my layout for this, but I am gonna go ahead and put the egg in here. I don't think I have anybody that uses Flame Body. No, her cry! Come back. Please. What have I done? Did I get rid of her cry? You get swapped with somebody else. Why her? What did I do? Do I have anybody with Flame Body? I'm almost certain that I don't. I don't even think I have a Fire type. Yeah, I don't. That's fine. You know what? Forget it. So I guess while I'm waiting, I'll hatch the Togepi egg. I could have done this a long time ago. I don't know what I'm doing here. But please tell me your cry's good. Yeah, oh, it's safe. So I guess if you just close the PC. All right, I don't have to deal with that. So while I'm waiting for the day to hit nighttime, I'll go ahead and hatch the Togepi egg. So this is just a weird way to deal with this episode, but I said I was fighting Darkrai this episode, and I meant it, dang it. So let's go ahead and hatch the Togepi egg. Like I said, the layout's not going to change. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, guys, that didn't take too long. As you can see, I still have 30 minutes to go, but we got a Togepi. What a weird episode to hatch this in, right? Unless it's not a Togepi. No, it's a Togepi. Alright, we got ourselves a Togepi from the egg Cynthia gave us like 15 episodes ago. Don't know what to name it. Discord, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got a name for this Togepi. So I didn't want to send a message to everyone in the Discord server for another name since I just did one basically with the Chinchou. So I just got a couple of people responding to this one, and I don't know, none of them really stuck with me. So I went back to the name that I said that Ida suggested for the Chinchou, but I didn't use it because they had named our Rotom Plasmius. But I kind of like it for a Togepi, so we're gonna go ahead and name this Togepi Lumiose. We have Lumiose the Togepi, which, hey, you know what? Sounds pretty sweet. Again, the layout will not be updated. But if you guys want a chance of being able to nickname my Pokemon, go ahead and follow my Discord server. Or join my Discord server, rather. I go ahead and ask in there sometimes when I can't quite think of a name. Normally for the series, well, mainly only for series that don't have a nickname theme, like this one, obviously. But hey, it works. Sometimes you get to name a Pokemon like this. We have Lumiose, the Togepi, which has a serious nature from Cynthia, and it hatched in Cantaloupe City, which doesn't matter, it's a gift Pokemon. So we have a Hustle Togepi. It often scatters anything. Scatters things often happily eats everything. Anything and everything. Down here in Cantaloupe City. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's literally the exact same traits, I believe, that our Chinchou had. Which is funny, because we gave it a name that was supposed to be for a Chinchou, but I gave it to Togepi anyways, because I felt like it. You guys don't know me? Who are you to judge? Alright, let's go ahead and put Pascal back into the team. And wait some more. Yay! Alright, everybody. So, after a bit of research, I discovered Darkrai is not able to be fought until after we get the National Dex. You have to activate the Cresselia event. And I set it as something I was going to do from the very beginning. You guys all knew that. So, I did something incredibly risky that I don't feel good about having done on a cartridge that is for a series. But I did it anyways, and this is my first time booting up the save file since I have saved the game. I have no way to record my DSi that I used the action replay on, so I have no way of actually showing the process that I did here. I thought I should record my first time booting up the game just in case something horrible has happened. I hope not, but the only way for me to actually get to Darkrai without beating the game first is to use an action replay code called Walk Through Walls. And walk through walls and walk through the Mystery Zone all the way north of Cantaloupe City until we reach New Moon Island. And I did. And I saved the game on New Moon Island. So, this is my checking out the file after we did that. It looks like it's still fine. April 4, yeah, the DSi has a wrong clock, is why that says that. There's what we did last, actually, but... Alright, thank God. I was so scared that the walk-through-wall code would be, like, permanent. So, unfortunately, I don't get to actually show the event. Basically, I go in that house, I take a nap, and then you wake up here. That's basically it. So, you didn't miss much. The team still looks good. Our trainer card still looks good. Our badges are still pretty. I forgot to show those. I polished them before the episode. Our bag should be fine. I'm not going to really look at it, but it should be okay. Our team looks okay. I think it was worth it. I wanted to show this off. I thought it'd be something interesting to add to the series that you don't get to normally see in a normal playthrough of Platinum, of course, especially not being a decade old, of course. This event ended about a decade ago, over a decade ago. So, I wanted to show you guys it. And you know what? I'm happy with what I did. I just hope there's nothing wrong with our PC. We should be fine. I don't mess around with the action replay, like, ever. So go ahead and hashtag dirty cheater in the comments section for me. But, yeah, I never really use it, so I don't know about the repercussions. We're gonna go ahead and give Oswald Chesto Berry. And hope this fight goes okay, because I honestly have no idea how this is going to go. But I told myself I'd do it immediately after Byron. And, well, here we are. Let's enter New Moon Island's forest. No! You gotta be joking me. So, you see, kids, the thing is, when I did the walk through walls thing, I went west and I activated the Cresselia thing first, because that's why you need the National Dex, because you need to do the Cresselia event first. Okay? Well, I did that, and I came here. Darkrai was here. But I was like, you know what? I don't want Cresselia to be roaming the game. How about we do it with just Darkrai? That'd be a good idea. It wasn't, clearly. So, I guess I need to redo this. Take me back to Candelave City. Well. The work that's going into fighting Darkrai, who very likely dies in a singular hit. Yeah, and he'll only take me back to Iron Island now, so it doesn't work. It should be 8 o'clock in the game now. Yeah, he doesn't do his thing until after you beat the game. Well, that was super anticlimactic. I don't even know if I'll put this in the video. I might. Let's check out the PC at least, to make sure everything's good. Like, if we didn't get a bad egg or something. Not that a bad egg's a big deal. It doesn't actually matter, but I'm curious. Our PC looks fine. Everything seems to be all normal. Well, take 2 and try it with activating Cresselia. I don't think it attacks us. I think it's a roaming legendary that runs away, so we should be fine. Yeah. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Alright, guys. I'm coming at you with a big bit of disappointment. I've tried absolutely everything I can think of to no avail. I have no way of fighting Darkrai. I didn't know that. When I started this challenge, I thought I was able to use the members card immediately after I after I beat Byron. But I was wrong. I'm not able to get Darkrai. I'm not able to fight him. It's sad because I did some things on this file that I wouldn't want to do for absolutely no reason. I'm sure it's fine. I looked over everything, and everything that I looked at seems to have been okay. My PC's fine, my items are fine, my Pokemon's fine. But I did go to New Moon and... well, only New Moon Island, I guess. Yeah. So I only saved after going to New Moon Island. There was nothing there for us, though, and as far as I'm able to tell right now, there are going to be no repercussions for this. I really hope that stays the case. But it's really disappointing, because I feel like I let all you guys down as a creator, regardless if this fight was going to be a joke or not. I feel like I let you guys down, and I failed the challenge. Like, I hope you guys don't view it that way. I'm sure it's fine, but I alluded to this being a thing we were going to do for all this time, and there is no way to do it. I've tried everything. I tried using a code for the delivery man to actually give me, like, in person, to actually give me... I got that Lumberry during training, by the way. I did a couple of the little water areas, in case you're wondering. But I just feel like I let you guys down, alright? It sucks. But it would have been pretty easy. I probably would have killed it in one hit with Rock Smash or Triple Kick. It would have probably been fine, but there's no way to know. I'm just not able to do it. I used an extra replay code to get the delivery man to actually give me the the member card instead of just hacking in all the key items like I did at the start. That's how I had to do it for Rotom to be able to change forms. But it just wouldn't work. You can't do it until after you've beaten the Elite Four and the Pokemon League, and after you've gotten the National Dex, which I even tried hacking in the National Dex. Obviously, I didn't save with it because it didn't work. But I tried absolutely everything to no avail. There's nothing I can do to go ahead and get to Darkrai. There is no tweaking in this game. That's Diamond and Pearl. I even considered playing through Diamond and Pearl from the very start, tweaking and trading over my team, which I'm not going to go through all of that. I'm sure you guys would understand, and you wouldn't want me to do that for something like this. I tried everything I could, but you at least got to see New Moon Island, and I really apologize for the letdown here. It definitely hurts me as a creator, because I only like to put things up on my channel that I truly believe in and I think were a good episode. And I'm sure the episode was fine with the water routes, but you most likely clicked on this not expecting to sit through a water route. Probably expecting to fight Darkrai. But unfortunately, that's just not going to happen. It sucks, but there's nothing I can do. I did my research. I thought I could fight him, but it turns out I can't. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode regardless, and if you did, a like is appreciated. It helps out a great deal. if you want to show me that you're not all upset and this episode was actually okay, and, you know, because this is going to bug me for a while. It's going to definitely get me kind of down, but if you guys want to show me that it wasn't that big of a deal, just go ahead and click like. It definitely means a lot to me, and when I see that number higher, it means that I'm doing an okay job regardless of little hiccups like this. And if you like Pokemon Nuzlocke variants like the FateLocke here, feel free to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode where we go through the rest of the areas with Surf. Most likely that'll go fairly quick. We'll go back to Route 221 by Pal Park, clear out those trainers, and we'll explore all of Iron Island, most likely. What am I gonna do with the level limit? This is so stupid. How did I do it in my original Platinum Wedlocke? I don't know, I'll figure it out. But Pascal is definitely gonna hit the level limit, and I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the PC because of it. And we'll probably train up Grandmama or Blissey. Yeah. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, regardless of what happened. And I guess I'll go ahead and see you guys next time. I have no idea what we're going to do, but I'll figure it out. Until then, I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.